Love 13.
That's one thing this tournament do is they put on a private plane, don't they, to get the two finalists up to New York pretty much straight after the final. Nice touch.
A bit of response off the court if you're using the kick serve. Relatively medium to slow court. Pretty high bouncing, as they tend to be this time of year over in North America. Pointing behind the shades there. It will be intriguing to see whether we see this single-handed topspin back in action this afternoon, Nick.
Yeah, it's something that obviously he's looking to perhaps work on. Also works with Sam Quarry, so he's double dipping each and every week.
Decent first game for the American. Yeah, Quarry seeded 9th, went down to Taro Daniel in a rain-interrupted contest, set to break up in that one actually. Quarry coming out on the wrong end of deciding tiebreak. As we mentioned briefly, Goffin was top seed, but withdrew with the shoulder issue.
Yeah, we spoke to Thierry Van Klimpert last week, and he said everything's absolutely fine. All the other problems he had, of course, the issues he had earlier in the season are all cleared up, but the shoulder just started to feel it a little bit. Of course, he did play back-to-back, twice in one day on the Friday. Something he hasn't done for a while, and obviously he hasn't made a deep run of the Masters for a while, has he? So perhaps just overdoing it a little.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة
كرات بعيدة المدى، سجل في الكثير من الكرات
حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله اللهم صل على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى ونسألك اللهم قرة عين لا تنقطع برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
Gifted in the end with
Johnson leads by 2 against 11.
double faults from the Brits.
As you say, a fairly poor game really from Carl. A couple of missed forehands that were significantly long. There's a dad in the corner there in the blue, of course, Steve.
Love.
Freddie Rosengren in the pink there with the shades on. Should really be a Freddie cam, shouldn't there, during matches, because he's quite some watch.
This is opposite number. Pleased with the start his man's made. Again, see that second serve getting up.
One of the benefits of playing during the day where the surface is just a little more lively.
And again, it's the kicker. Working well for the American early doors. 8th seed, comfortably in front.
It goes out to a new leaf plant for the beautiful silk plants we're enjoyed at our tournament. The new leaf plants rentals can provide live or silk plants for your next special event too. Contact the newleafplants.com for your next live or silk plant rental event. A proud sponsor of the Winston Tailboat, Patrick Townsend and Stockton is a full-service civil law firm committed to providing quality legal and business advice for clients and communities in Winston-Salem and around the world. On the web, PatrickTownsend.com.
Take your seats, sir. Thank you. Time.
Strong start then for the 8th seed. Carl Edmund already with a bit of work to do here on quarterfinals day at Winston-Salem. Just another.
Love
Not by
15.
much, but it's not quite firing yet, that big forehand.
I was just thinking, I would imagine that Steve Johnson would probably have played here in his college days, wouldn't he? Different conference, of course, different coast, but was playing for USC. I would have thought they would have played Wake Forest here, maybe. Over the course of his 4 years there.
Now, good hands from Steve Johnson, nice and sharp.
Love
Very
13.
impressive first volley, wasn't it? Just able to keep it short enough that didn't allow Edmund to be as aggressive as he will have wanted to for this particular shot.
Net, first service.
There's another lovely backhand from Johnson, just weighted it just right onto Edmund's feet.
Love 14.
Yeah, that was the return as well initially. You could see the position it got Edmund into, of course, and because he was a little deeper, it meant he had a little further to go off the initial approach.
Three more break points. It's a nice backhand from Edmund this time, just fading away up the line. First one saved.
15-14.
Just the fourth point that he's won on his own serve.
It's been surprisingly one-sided so far. Kyle Edmund can probably
Johnson leads by 4 against 11.
forget about this first set, perhaps. Double break adrift now.
There's the danger of not doing enough when you do make the space on the forehand. If you go inside in like that, you can just see he didn't recover his position, did he? And that left Johnson to really take control of the rally from that point onwards. Usually, one of Edmund's fortes, obviously, is his ability to create off the forehand, but just hasn't been able to do enough so far today.
It's better.
Love 15.
Just a little bit floaty, that one.
Love 13.
He's had a little bit of success early doors with actually changing the pattern and keeping Kyle off balance by going up the line, but because of the depth of Edmund's backhand, that was just a slightly tougher shot to take on from where he actually struck it from.
That's nice. Nice and aggressive. Going after the forehands.